Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Joe Skarupa, Editorial Director for RIS News, and I'm here on the show floor of the 2015 edition of the NRF Big Show. And I'm here with Joe Olson, who is the EVP and General Manager for Empower Software. And Joe is also, a part of his title has to do with workforce management. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And Joe, you know, right now retailers are facing challenges and opportunities. I'd like to get your take on what you see are the big issues today.
Sure. So I think today everybody knows that stores still matter, that the associates themselves are getting technologies that continue to evolve. So the technologies in the stores are really coming up to an equal pace of what the consumers have as they walk into a retail store. But I think ultimately the challenges that our customers have, the retailers have, is that the associates really control the store experience, and the level of engagement that those associates have really matter and really ultimately drive what's going to happen in that retail store and the performance of that store. And so the associates really hold control over how that engagement model is going to be perceived by the customers, not necessarily the store corporate themselves.
Well, one thing I always like to do at NRF is to not only outline the challenges and opportunities, but outline, give us a suggestion of the tools and the solutions they might use to solve that problem.
Sure. So I think when you look at what the best retailers are doing today, is they're creating an environment where they can become a destination employer and attract and retain the best store associates. When you look at the tools that really draw in the best types of associates, the most engaged, they need tools to check their schedules. They need tools to really understand what the corporate goals are of that day, of that week, of that month. And they also need tools that will allow them to really engage at a different level with consumers, with the customers that are in the store. And those are really the things that we're trying to put out, and the things that some of our more progressive customers are doing to make sure that they have just a top engagement model with their customers, that they have the associates that they want, and that they're able to retain those associates for as long as possible in the retail environment.
Yeah, associates are really key to success for retail. This is the perfect time of the year to think of what's ahead. At NRF, we've just gone through the holiday season. In your view, what are the trends and things that we're going to see in 2015?
Well, Joe, there's really three major trends that we're seeing in retail. One is back to the brick. Stores still matter. Consumers want to buy certain products in certain categories in the store. They want to try on their shoes. They want to see how the clothing fits. They want to buy their fresh produce in the store. And doing anything online in those categories is really a challenge for them. And I think that everybody knows that stores still matter. And then when you go to the stores, the associates matter a lot in the stores. It's the associates that ultimately control the customer experience. When you have an engaged associate workforce in your stores, you're going to have a larger basket size, you're going to have higher conversion rates, and it's going to feel, candidly, it feels like a winning locker room. When you go into a store and there's an engaged workforce, you feel like you're going to want to spend more time there, and you're going to obviously open up your wallet a little bit and spend a little bit more money. And then another key trend that we're seeing, and it's really been something that's been evolving over the last year, is fair schedules. And being able to create a schedule that takes into account not just the requirements of the store, but the preferences of the associates. And that's really going to drive associate engagement and make sure that they don't have a close and then an open the next day, that they don't work every weekend, that there's a fairness about the way the schedule is built that allows them to really enjoy more than just their work life, but also their personal life. And that's more and more important for the associates today, and that's a trend that we're seeing growing and really getting a lot of groundswell right now.
Well, I think those are really interesting issues, and I think you're right. They're going to be important in 2015. Thanks a lot for taking the time today to be with us and during our interview at the busy floor of the Javits Center. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Terrific. Thanks, Joe.